we're going to talk about something that sits deep inside the heart. How to trust men again after betrayal. But before we begin, take a slow, steady breath with me. Inhale, hold it gently, and exhale. I know this is difficult. I know even hearing these words might bring up memories you worked so hard to bury. And if your chest feels tight, if your throat feels heavy, if your eyes are warming with tears, that's okay. You're not weak for feeling this. You're human. And what happened to you was real. Betrayal changes a woman. It doesn't just break a relationship. It breaks the part of you that used to feel safe. It shakes the ground beneath your feet. It makes you question the things you once trusted without thinking. When someone lies, cheats, manipulates, or breaks your loyalty, it doesn't just end a relationship. It injures the part of you that believed love was safe. What you lived through wasn't drama. It wasn't your fault. And it wasn't something you could have prevented by loving harder. You were loyal. You were honest. You showed up with your heart open. And when someone betrays that, your nervous system remembers. So if trusting again feels impossible right now, you're not crazy. You're not broken. You're human. It can make you feel like you're suddenly living in a world where nothing is certain, where even your memories feel confusing, where you wonder if you ever knew the person at all. So if you've been carrying shame or self-blame, I want you to release that right here. What he did is not a reflection of your worth. What he did is not a measurement of your value. What he did is not something you deserved or should have seen coming. You loved with honesty. You showed up fully. You were loyal in a world where loyalty has become rare. And betrayal is not something your heart can just bounce back from. It leaves a mark, a bruise, a scar that no one sees on the outside. But you feel every time you try to trust again. So if your trust feels fragile right now, if you're cautious, if your body tenses when someone new shows interest, if you feel yourself pulling away even when you don't want to, that is a normal response to pain you did not choose. You're not broken. You're healing. And this video, this moment, is for you. Before you can trust another man again, I want to help you trust yourself again. Because betrayal does something quiet, something unseen. It doesn't only break your trust in others, it breaks your trust in your own judgment. And that wound is deeper than most people realize. You think back to the beginning and ask yourself, how did I miss the signs? Why didn't I walk away sooner? What is wrong with me? How could I have loved someone capable of this? I want you to honor something right now. You loved with purity, with sincerity, with hope. He violated a trust you honored. And that actually proves your character, not your weakness. The betrayal you lived through is not proof that you're naive or blind. It's proof that you saw someone through the lens of your own goodness, and he didn't deserve that. You didn't fail. He failed your trust. And I know that after betrayal, the world starts feeling unsafe. Everything feels uncertain. And you begin questioning even the slightest instinct. You second-guess your feelings. You hesitate to believe your own intuition. You wonder if your heart can be trusted. Because last time, loving someone cost you so much. But hear me clearly. Your inner wisdom is not broken. It's bruised. And like any bruise, it will heal. You don't need to rush the process. You don't need to force yourself into trust. You simply need to reconnect with yourself, with your honesty, your strength, your clarity, your knowing. Because when you trust your own intuition again, you will naturally choose better men. You will recognize emotional safety by how your body feels. You will walk away early from the wrong ones. And you will open slowly, wisely to someone who truly earns your heart. You see, the goal is not to trust every man. The goal is to trust yourself enough to discern the difference. And that is where your power begins to return. I want to talk to you about something your heart may resist hearing, because protecting yourself has become second nature. But I'll say it gently. Not all men are the same, not even close. And I know after what you lived through, those words can feel naive, cliché. But there are men who are steady, men who keep their promises, men who communicate openly, men who don't get scared and run, men who don't betray. You just weren't loved by one yet. The truth is this: there are men who don't lie, men who don't betray, men who don't play mind games. There are men who speak with clarity, men who show up on the days it matters, men who protect your heart instead of piercing it to feed their ego. There are men who choose honesty even when it's uncomfortable because they value integrity over convenience. There are men who will make you feel safe, not confused. And maybe you haven't met one yet. I'm not here to convince you to trust blindly. I'm here to remind you that healthy men do exist, and your past does not erase the possibility of your future. I'm simply asking you to leave one small door open. The door that says, there is love out there that won't hurt me. There are men who know how to love me well. When you say all men are the same, you accidentally place a cage around your future. But when you allow the possibility, just the possibility of a good man, you give your heart permission to heal. You don't need to believe it fully today. You don't even need to trust it, just let the idea sit beside you. That's enough for now. I want you to hear this part. Not with your fear, but with your heart. I'm going to show you what safety actually sounds like. A safe man is not perfect, but he is consistent. He doesn't pull you close one day and push you away the next. He doesn't leave you guessing, he doesn't leave you waiting, he doesn't leave you wondering why your stomach feels tight. A safe man speaks clearly, not in puzzles, not in mixed signals, not in words that contradict his actions. When a safe man says he'll call, he calls. When he says he cares, he shows it. When he feels something, he communicates it openly. You don't have to decode him, you don't have to earn his affection, you don't have to beg for clarity. You don't have to convince him to stay because he doesn't leave when things get real. A safe man doesn't punish you for having needs, he doesn't make you feel dramatic for wanting reassurance, he doesn't become distant when you open your heart. A safe man leans in, not away. And here's something you might not have heard before. A safe man is not threatened by your past. He's patient with your wounds. He understands why you flinch, and he never takes it personally. He knows you're healing. He knows betrayal left marks on you, and he honors that without trying to rush you. When you speak, he listens, fully, quietly. He doesn't minimize your pain or redirect the conversation to himself. He doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't weaponize silence. He doesn't use vulnerability as leverage. He brings calmness into the room. He brings clarity into your mind. He brings peace into your heart. And the most important sign, a safe man makes your nervous system relax, not tighten. Your body can feel the difference. Your soul can feel the difference. Your intuition can feel the difference. That is the kind of man you deserve. That is the kind of man who exists. And that is the kind of man your heart is slowly, gently getting ready for. I want you to hear this part with so much tenderness, because this is where women are often the hardest on themselves. You do not have to open your heart all at once. You don't need to be ready immediately. You don't need to trust instantly. You don't need to fall quickly to prove you're healed. Healing is not a race. Trust is not a performance. Love is not a deadline. You get to move slowly, beautifully slowly. And here's something I want you to really absorb. A good man will honor your pace. A safe man will never ask you to rush. A mature man will understand why you're cautious. If someone gets impatient with your healing, if he makes you feel guilty for protecting your heart, if he tries to pull you into a speed you're not ready for, he's not your person. Love that's real will never pressure you. It will flow naturally. It will deepen gradually. It will unfold one moment at a time. You're allowed to open layer by layer. A soft conversation here. A small moment of trust there. A tiny step forward. You don't have to reveal everything at once. You don't have to hand over your whole heart on the first good day. You can let him see you slowly, piece by piece, in the rhythm that feels safe. And here's something your past may have stolen from you. Permission. So let me give it back to you. You have permission to take your time. You have permission to say not yet. You have permission to keep your heart protected until it feels ready. You are wiser now, more intuitive. You're not guarded because you're broken. You're careful because you learned, and that's another strength, not weakness. So open gently, open intentionally, open with self-respect and self-trust. And when the right man comes, the one who is steady, patient, and emotionally grown, you won't have to force it. Your heart will move naturally, softly, like a flower opening to the warmth of the sun. Love will feel safe again. Love will feel calm again. Love will feel like something you can breathe in. These words, these truths, these reminders, they're not meant to be heard once, they're meant to be repeated daily, gently, quietly, patiently. Because betrayal rewires the nervous system with fear, and repetition rewires it back to safety. Every time you hear my calm voice speak kindness to you, your body learns a new pattern. Your heart learns a new possibility. Your mind learns a new truth. You begin to build a bridge inside yourself, from fear to trust, to strength, to openness. So let these affirmations wash over you. Let them become familiar. Let them become the new voice inside your head. Now let these words reach you. You are worthy of loyalty. You are worthy of honesty. You are worthy of a love that doesn't disappear. You didn't deserve the betrayal you lived through. Your intuition is returning, your strength is awakening, your wisdom is guiding you. You are allowed to move slowly. You are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to protect your heart. You will not repeat your past. You will not be fooled again. You are wiser now. You attract emotionally mature men. You attract clarity. You attract consistency. Your heart is not damaged to love again. Your heart is healing every single day. You are safe. You are strong. You are becoming whole again. There are good men. You will recognize them easily. You will trust again. Naturally, gently, and in your own time. You are not alone. You are not broken. Your future holds a love that honors you, a love that stays, a love that feels like peace. And one day, you will look back and realize you didn't lose yourself. You met the stronger version of you, and the love you allow next will match the woman you've grown into.